The sun was already rising high when Lone arrived back home after the horrible night before. The magnitude of the meaning of the night's events eluded him. Innsmouth, Ephraim, and Upton, the tomb of Derby, and the weird object found. All looked like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle to which he'd thrown away the complete box art. He fell asleep almost immediately, with these thoughts whirling in his head. I've never felt this depth of sorrow in all my life. When Father passed, well, everything changed. My mother, our poverty. Father and I shared little common ground. Perhaps we merely lacked the time to find it. But now that this has come about, a frightful tightness grips my chest. Simple respiration has become a labor. Vital oxygen seems to have lost the route on its way to my lungs. If only he were still here with me, to enlighten me, to offer guidance. Oh, grandfather! Oh, my grandfather!
Howard, aren't you done yet?
I'll be right over! It falls upon me to preserve the items of my grandfather's estate that are the most crucial. I'll obtain one for now. One never knows. Locked! Generic novels of low regard. A section of grandfather's library devoted to the sciences. Treatises on anthropology. Travel chronicles and general geography. Various medical texts. Various treatises on psychology. Volumes concerning art and painting. A portrait of my mother as a young woman, how beautiful she was then. Her eyes shine, transmitting the serenity in her soul out into the world. This would have been back from before I was even conceived. Let me see. There seems to be something inscribed on the back. I should discover some method to disengage it from the frame. I feel no desire to lug the picture, frame and all, around with me. Aha! This means should provoke the intended ends. The pen has been rendered utterly useless.
Howard! There's nothing worth anything in there.
On the underside of the canvas lurks an enigma. The enigma seems to indicate this shelf. That looks like the personal journal of my grandfather. I believe I'll obtain it. During the spring of his life, he was constantly traveling. Who even knows to how many far-flung locales? Mayhap I, myself, might meander there forth someday. The journal of my grandfather detailing his innumerable travels. Let's see. We left at the first light of dawn. We had the automaton with us. Automaton? What does that mean? We all met in the basement on the outskirts of Boston. It was almost like entering a church, long since deserted. Planted all around a pentacle painted upon the grimy flagstones were candles, wax frozen in mid-drip. There was no point wasting time here. No answers lay here, and Paris was at least a week away. Our final destination within the vastness of the Arabian desert lay even further ahead. We had to make a move. There was no option but for the automaton to perform the ceremony. Just looking at it sent a shiver up my tired spine, and then it just stops right there. The journal was penned about 15 years ago. Mayhap this was all merely an outline for a fictional work. A work of vivid imagination. My memory is filled to the brink with the tales of my grandfather's travels. It was always as if they vaporated directly into my imagination. Snowbound peaks, Rainforests infested with every manner of danger. Splendid cities where the meek are preyed upon by the scum of humanity, lurking assassins and thieves. Such places appeared vividly in my dreams. Airborne monstrosities surged toward my person, borne aloft on the membranes of bat-like wings, their long and gnarled talons clutching at me. They had no faces. Upon a command, I could steer them as I wished. Let's see. This globe has buttons set in many specific locales around the world. I have a vivid childhood recollection of grandfather pressing them to open an odd concealed mechanism, but his fingers moved too fast for my young eyes to catch. Perhaps an undiscovered clue awaits me elsewhere. I heard a click. A tiny compartment has slid open at the base. There is a key ensconced within. It fits. The trunk is now open.
Howard, are you even still there?
A multitude of books. Without a single exception, they are all very old editions. A selection thereof consisting of the rarer of occult treatises, the need for which escapes me. Wait, that's a rare and ancient printing of a book I favor greatly. I must procure it.
Howard, hurry up!
A very old edition of the 1001 Nights. I can't wait to read it. I've always had a soft spot for these stories. The Merchant and the Genie. Wonderful. Prince Camaralzaman. So many memories. A bookmark holds the place of a story I've never heard of. The tale of Abdul al-Hazred. Faced with no chance of escape, the keepers sought to ensnare one of their own. Poor Abdul needed to choose, and choose wisely. God, my head.
Such a vivid dream. What does it mean?
Lone.
I'm coming, William.
Lone. Lone. Great news. Great news.
William, slow down. What's happening?
Wilmarth got back to me. We have to go to Vermont and find some guy by the name of Ackley. From what I've learned, he may prove useful to us. It appears he may be quite the eccentric fellow. He lives like a hermit. No mail can get through, and, needless to say, he has no telephone. He could help us understand your condition better and perhaps cure it.
Who is this Ackley?
A former Miskatonic professor of anthropology. Apparently, he left the teaching profession due to personal reasons. He seems to be something of a strange character. Going by what Wilmarth told me, he may have a dependence on certain substances.
How will we get there?
I have an automobile, don't worry.
An automobile? Really? I've never ridden in one. I can't wait to give it a try. What about what we found last night?
We can figure all that out after we get back. I'm curious as well, but this is much more important.
What are we waiting for? Let's go. No answer. Still no answer. Looks like it's not locked. There's something in here. Let's see what it is. Containers with strange liquids inside. Should we take them, William?
Sure, bring them along. At the very least, they'll serve as a souvenir of our trip to Vermont.
Still no answer. Nobody's answering the door.
Try knocking again.
Still no answer. Still nothing.
We cannot have come this far for nothing. Let's just break in.
Seriously?
What do we have to lose? I don't see any cops around.
Come, William.
What's wrong with him?
He looks unconscious. Let me check. Hey! Hey! Nothing.
Check his pulse.
He's still alive.
We need him awake.
Wake up! Wake up! Nothing. He has something in his pocket. A handwritten booklet. It looks like some kind of notebook.
Go on, Lone. Read it.
On the cover it says, exotic mushrooms and their strange side effects. I better take a closer look at this. Hey, look at this, William. This page was bookmarked.
Read it, Lone. Let's hear what it says.
It seems there's nothing of interest. It deals with strange mushrooms.
Lone, it looks more like a manuscript than a bookmark.
Let's have a look. These seem to be some kind of notes. Not very meticulously written, by the look of it. It appears to be the formula needed to induce a trance.
Yes, but how do we wake him up?
The necessary equipment is here. We just need to understand the formula.
Perhaps there are some clues in the notes.
A used syringe. God only knows what he injected himself with. This disgusts me, but we need something to inject him with. And I see nothing else around. A still, used to distill substances. Looks like it's working.
Huh? What?
He's finally better.
Better? Better? You have no idea what you have done!
Saved you from probably dying?
Months of studies. Years, even, of studies. My trips. My proofs. I was one step away from Yugoth. I could already see its vibrant colors, together with my insectoid friends. What are you doing in my house?
William, are we even sure the tip is right?
Wait a moment, Lone. You're Henry Ackley, right?
Yes. Why?
You spoke of Yugoth.
That's right. What do you know of Yugoth? Are you an enlightened scholar as I am?
I would dare to identify myself as such, and what you're saying fills me with wonder. Did you really make it all the way to Yugoth?
Yes. Well, if not for you getting in the way, I was one step away. One single step. Insane, they called me. They removed me from my teaching position, but the entire time, I was correct on all counts. On all counts!
We are truly sorry to have interrupted your experiment. We'll make amends by helping you get it back up and running as soon as possible. And as an added bonus, we're here to relate to you an extraordinary story as real as yours.
Let's hear it then. Really? You wouldn't be lying to me?
Unfortunately not.
You have my guarantee.
Very, very interesting, but I'm still not sure how useful I'll be.
Any information at all, even the slightest detail, could prove vital.
My dear Lone, your condition is something I have never heard of before. I am, of course, aware of the creature of which you speak, but this is the first time I've ever heard tell of a survivor. A further encounter involving the taking of samples could help, but I would strongly advise against that.
We're back to square one.
Possibly. Nobody could say one way or the other. But at this point, I cannot but accompany you on your journey back. I am sorely in need of some entertainment and of certain substances easily available in Arkham for my experiments. And perhaps I could also be useful to your investigation. You diverted me from my path. This is the least you can do.
We absolutely agree, Henry.
Okay, let's get on our way then.
You mentioned something about a corpse holding a key during the drive here.
That's right. We got the key last night.
This all seems so unreal to me, like I'm just a puppet. Someone led me to that key, starting with that fake letter that led to that horrific crime. But everything began with my misadventures in Innsmouth.
Yep.
I'd love to go there someday. It seems bursting at the seams with mysteries.
If you value your skin, I'd advise against it.
I value knowledge far more than my skin.
It came to our notice, Henry. That mixture would probably have killed you.
Gentlemen, is there anything else you require?
No thanks. We're fine for now.
I will take your leave then.
Granted.
I would have been in a better place. And I don't mean in any religious sense. There's nothing left for me here.
For now, there is this mystery, though. Might that not be enough?
It may provide some satisfaction.
Lone Carter?
It might be. What do you want?
For now, all I can say is take a closer look at the altar in the church.
But who? Where? Wait! Wait! Come back here!
Who was that?
How the hell should I know? This whole thing is driving me crazy.
Tastier and tastier. Secrets and subterfuge. Just the way I like it.
If you say so. Anyway, I say we start finding out exactly what this key is and how to use it.
I should head to Miskatonic to look into that.
Okay. Well, you're there. We'll check out the cemetery.
Okay, I'll meet up with you there later.
It has 3-1 engraved on it. It has 7 engraved on it. It has 7 engraved on it. It has 4 engraved on it. It has 5 engraved on it. It has 3 engraved on it. That guy at the cafe told us to have a closer look at this altar. There's some kind of lock set into the center. Let me have a closer look at it. Bingo. I heard a loud rumbling somewhere off in the distance. What a strange object. This is an incredible find.
Show me? Interesting. It's a good thing that I'm here with you guys. I've seen carvings like these before.
Can you tell me what they mean then?
No, Lone. I'll need to go to a certain special place to decipher them.
Guys, I don't know if there's any connection, but Armitage seems to have dropped off the face of the earth. No one at the university knows where he is. I went to his house, and he hasn't been there for the last 2 days. This seems bad.
We'll deal with that in due time, William. Look what we found. Henry said he can translate the symbols on it.
Yes, I need to go somewhere to do so, though. And you already know how I get around. I'll need certain substances. Do you have access to them?
I have a contact that might be of help. Rose.
There are surely tons of medicines loaded with your certain substances in such a place.
What kind of place?
A madhouse.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Good. Let's go. We'll figure out how to get our hands on your substances later.
I might have an idea how to do just that.
Hi, William.
How are you, Ben? Everything okay with the family?
We'll pull through.
My friends and I have to meet with Rose. Will that present any kind of problem?
Absolutely not, William. You are always welcome here in our madhouse.
Thanks, Ben. See you later. Rose, it's been a while.
It has indeed, William.
Lone, my good friend here, told me you sent your best wishes, and I just had to come see you.
It says medicine. It doesn't seem to be locked. I think this is what we're after. Take a look and be quick about it.
Done. We can go.
Good. William, we're leaving.
I still have a few things to catch up with Rose about. Head to my house. I'll meet up with you there.
Sounds like a plan. See you later. Shouldn't we wait for William?
I've done this countless times. Calm down.
Sure you're not taking unnecessary risks? We can't even begin to know how to decipher what is written here.
Someone is laying breadcrumbs for us to follow. That much is certain. At this point, I see no other option but to just go for it.
Very well. Henry, thanks.
You can thank me when this is all over and done with. It's already taking effect. My head is getting light. I beg you.
What, Henry?
Lone.
William, he wouldn't wait. We'll just have to wait for him to wake up.